CDC is going to say everyone under the age of 12 should probably be wearing a mask in school. Those over the age of 12, if you're vaccinated, you shouldn't wear a mask. If you aren't vaccinated, you should be wearing a mask.
So that's unbelievable. Kid abuse again.
The kids are not vaccinated.
Right.
The problem is
they're not. They don't need to be vaccinated. By statistically, they don't need to be vaccinated.
The worry is the kid would pick it up at school and take it home and kill somebody in their family.
Dr. Mack, I think everybody, especially black folks, we got to know that these people are faithful even unto death, not just their death, but the death of their children. Here's Fox News debating masks for children.
This comes, Steve, as you mentioned, the administration reportedly debating whether to urge vaccinated Americans to mask up again. The president did, however, publicly say there's additional masking guidance likely coming for school kids.
The CDC is going to say everyone under the age of 12 should probably be wearing a mask in school. Those over the age of 12, if you're vaccinated, you shouldn't wear a mask. If you aren't vaccinated, you should be wearing a mask.
To be clear, children under the age of 12 are not currently eligible to receive the vaccine, but Biden predicted that that will change, quote, soon. Unclear if that means by the time school starts in the fall. The shift in guidance comes as the CDC director says this spiking Delta variant now accounts for 83% of all COVID cases nationwide. And
so that's unbelievable. Kid abuse again. There's a 0% chance of a death, 0 to 4 years old in our country from this virus. Statistically, from 5 to 17, 0.1% of people have lost their lives in that age group. So you're going to mask up an entire generation for maybe 2 full years.
It's because the kids are not vaccinated.
Right.
The problem is
they're not. They don't need to be vaccinated. By statistically, they don't need to be vaccinated.
Most of them don't show symptoms if they get COVID, but I still don't want my daughter to get the COVID, this new variant.
Ainsley Earhart, she cannot believe for the life of her that the person sitting to the left of her, from her perspective, is willing to sacrifice 0.0 something percentage of our kids. And she's like, I don't want my kids to get it in the first place.
Man, you saw that motherly instinct say, damn, carrying the party line.
Yeah.
I don't want that to be my baby.
That's it.
I don't want her to get COVID at all.
The downside is kids are not going to develop emotionally for an entire 2 years now through those ages that are so vital for their development.
The worry is the kid would pick it up at school and take it home and kill somebody in their family.
Then that family member can get vaccinated.
Well,
So if the adult is vaccinated, there's no problem. If they choose not to get vaccinated, that's their problem.
But Brian, there are 90 million Americans who are not vaccinated.
That is their choice.
That is why yesterday the top Republicans in America said get the vaccine. Mitch McConnell said, if you have not been vaccinated, save your life and don't kill somebody you love by bringing it home.
Right, and that person will not get killed if they get vaccinated.
The thing that was amazing to me is that the more they start, now if you just listen to when they first started talking, no mask, children abuse, no vaccination, no nothing. But the more they kept talking, the more they got to, we need to be vaccinated.
Yes. Here's the sadistic part of this, Brother Mac. They're like Brian Kilmeade. He's there saying, oh, it's point something percentage. Right. Basically, it's 0. Y'all, 400 families have buried their children from this pandemic. Name me one reasonable, rational human being who is going to want to take those odds with their children. It goes against the laws of the universe for a creature to ignore the well-being of their children, and not only ignore it, because sometimes people can get negligent, but actively take steps. I got to read this. A child in Marjorie Taylor Greene's district died of COVID-19. And she's still attacking masks and the vaccine. This is from the Washington Post. It was published yesterday by Philip Bump. He says very, very few children have died of COVID-19, the disease caused by the coronavirus. It is one of the few aspects of the pandemic that offers some reassurance. At least children have usually been spared the disease's worst effects as a parent of 2 kids under the age of 5, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Then he says, I mention this because my own children make the rare exceptions to that pattern even more painful. As with the death of a 5-year-old boy of the disease in Georgia last week, in that district that little 5-year-old boy died in was Marjorie Taylor Greene's district, as she laughed in the video asking about young people dying.
Do you feel any responsibility for keeping people in Georgia safe? You know, there are children, skinny people who have died of the coronavirus. Do you feel any responsibility?
Tia, you crack me up. You know what? I think people's responsibility is their own.
Someone, a child, a 5. I have a 3-year-old. I just don't understand, Brother Mac, how these people are so committed to white supremacy that they have suspended with self-preservation for themselves as well as for their children.
Brother Ben, the only drug that I know, the most seductive drug I know, is power. This, and the thing about it is, this woman is now, history has recorded her.
Yep.
History has absolutely recorded her. But okay, I don't want to be on the defense of talking about this crazy ass Karen.
Yes.
She could take her monkey ass down there and do whatever she wants to. But trust and believe, family, that when that reporter asked her, have you been vaccinated?
Yes.
If she said HIPAA, she meant hypocrisy. I don't want to expose my hypocrisy of telling folks this ain't no big deal, don't do it, when I damn sure got me and my family vaccinated.
Aaron Navarro, CBS News. Whip Scalise said today he got vaccinated, citing this Delta variant that's going around, and said he's confident that it's safe and effective. 2 questions. Have you yourself gotten vaccinated, and do you disagree with the Republican whip?
Well, your first question is a violation of my HIPAA rights. You see, with HIPAA rights, we don't have to reveal our medical records, and that also involves our vaccine records.
We got elected officials who can't even use Google to find out what HIPAA is. HIPAA is for doctors. She has the right to answer that question because it's her information.
What she didn't want to say is, by answering this question, I'm going to prove to be a hypocrite. That's the HIPAA she was talking about. The hypocrisy of her. That's the reason she didn't want to answer the question.
That's
so
it.
They know, they are watching this mass of people who are clinging to something to be different. She's tapped into that because of this whole Trump, which is why I love what happened as a result of -45 being elected the POTUS of the country, is that it just took all of this underswell and just brought it up to the top. For all of you, I want you to ask yourself this. Your non-wearing mask, non-vaccinated, the very people who are telling you this, they've been vaccinated. Their children have been vaccinated. They're wearing the mask. And your punk ass, your dumb ass, is running around like this is a badge of honor.
Like it's a game.
Exactly.
Like it's with their life, Doc.